An awesome foundation has been laid, brothers and sisters. This truth, 20, 30 years, pushing this program for those prior to 75, standing in the face of the devil, calling him the devil. The hard part is over, brothers and sisters. The hard part is over. What we have to do is our duty to fall in ranks. We have the knowledge, we have the foundation, that's been laid. The difficult part is over. All we got to do is step up, put on our garment, put on our armor, and go to work. I thank Allah so much. I thank Allah. And if that's the only point I get across today, is to thank Allah and to be humble, because the possibilities are real, brothers and sisters. And we're here with following the baddest black man to ever walk the face of this planet. Joke. And I can bear witness to that. He's no joke. He performs miracle after miracle. And it's like, it's unreal sometimes. And to be in his presence, I remember being in his presence once with my sister, and she broke down crying. And I can imagine, I can understand exactly what you mean, because this man is like no other. He's magnificent in the way that he's such a guide, and he follows directions so perfectly. He's humble as well. Not only does he have such power, we all know of his power, we all know of his fearlessness, but he's humble. He walks in the room humble. Whenever he speaks, he doesn't speak of himself. He doesn't speak of the power that he has. He speaks of the power that Allah has, that Allah blesses him to have. I want to be like this man. I want to be just like this man. Because the humble shall earn. And that's what I want to be. I want Allah to have mercy and favor on me. Because if I'm not pushing this program, if I'm not delivering the dead to the Lamb of God, if I'm not continuing this mission, then my life is in vain. There's no point to me to be standing here. There will be no purpose if I'm not spending the rest of my life to do Allah's work. And that's what I want to be found doing, brothers and sisters. We all slip up. We all make mistakes. We all are going to fall short of the glory of Allah. But it's up to us if we want to get up, if we want to dust ourselves off, we want to ask Allah for forgiveness and work hard. Faith without works is dead. And that's one important thing that I remember. So I want to spend the rest of my life continuing to do this work. My father, when I was younger, he reminded me that when Mr. Louis Farrakhan had gone through the radiation and he was in such pain, and he for the pain. But my father reminded me that Mr. Louis Farrakhan said that it was at that moment he knew he was a Muslim. But Mr. Louis Farrakhan has been pushing this program for 50 some odd years. He rebuilt the Salam, he built the Final Call newspaper, he built up Mas Mariam. He was pushing this program when the messenger was here. He even stood when everybody thought that he was crazy, saying that the messenger of Allah was still alive. When they had seen his body, they had been to the funeral, but he stood there, fearless, just claiming that the messenger was still alive. But all of that did not mean that he was a Muslim. He said it is the moment when he submitted his total self to whatever Allah's will was, that he knew he was a Muslim. So we haven't done 1/4 of the work Mr. Louis Farrakhan has done. As long as we can stand on post for 45 minutes and as many newspapers as we think, we definitely doesn't measure up to the work the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done. And yet he said he still did not claim to be a Muslim until the moment he said, "Thank you, Allah, for this pain. Whatever your will is, I'm okay with." And I want to be just like that, brothers and sisters. I want to be humble. Not only do I want to strive to measure up to the worker Minister Louis Farrakhan is, but I also want to have that humility. I want to submit my will to do Allah's will, because ultimately that is my salvation, brothers and sisters. I'm just so grateful. I'm so honored. I'm so honored. And I'm nervous, but because I don't feel worthy. brothers and sisters, to be standing on Allah's rostrum, talking to Allah's people, delivering Allah's word. And I know I'm going to fall short, but I pray that Allah uses me to say something that will spark in the hearts and the minds of someone in this audience. I'm grateful, and I pray that we can be found doing the work and to be humble, because ultimately that's the only thing that matters, is our humility. And I know that when we get on certain posts and when we do certain things, we believe that we're better than others, but we have to remember that our righteousness is as dirty rags to Allah, and that it doesn't matter unless we're doing His work and we're submitting ourselves to His will and we're being humble. Praise to Allah. Praise to Allah. And this next brother I grew up watching, he's been there all my life. And this is a hard crack soldier that I grew up. He's an example to me. And he is the ones I'm talking about who laid the foundation, who did the hard part. And I'm just so grateful. And I pray that I can strive to be as hard a worker as he is as well. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for coming out today and for listening to me. And I would like to introduce my uncle, my godfather, Brother Minister Charles Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is forever due, the Lord of the worlds. We thank Him for His mercy and His kindness. We thank Him for His beneficence. We thank Him for His compassion for the benefit of man and mankind. We thank Him for Moses in the Old Testament, Jesus in the New Testament, and Muhammad and the Holy Quran. But as a student of a great man, we are taught that we can never be grateful and thankful enough for the one that was written of in the scripture, who was to come, indeed did come, to seek and save a people who were lost. That one was the great Mahdi. Come on. Yeah. That one was the one who took off his holy robes and came to a people who were rejected and despised. That one was one who came in search of a particular man. That one I speak of is none other than the great Mahdi, Master Farad Muhammad. And the one that he was looking for and found was that Georgia-born jewel that Georgia produced by the name of Elijah. He's found in the Bible, in the book of Malachi and other places. That's right. But that man stood up in America and was able to articulate a truth with a particular methodology designed specifically for you and me. He worked his work, and as he worked his work, he found another jewel. That's right. And that jewel is sitting in the crown of Allah today as a mighty star, a guiding example for our lives. That is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and his prime star student, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. In their names, we extend the greeting words of peace and of paradise. Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, this is like a homecoming to me. And I'm honored to be on this rostrum with the future of our nation. But before I go any further, I got to give praise and thanks to Almighty God Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and for the opportunity to have these few words as I bring on the keynote speaker for today. I want to thank my brother and friend, Minister Tony Muhammad, for the work that he is doing, has done, and will continue to do. Our beloved Western Regional Minister, Minister Tony Muhammad. All praise to you. I want to thank my big brother, friend, and teacher who needs no introduction, our OG minister right here on the West Coast, Brother Minister Abdul Azir Muhammad. And of course, our local minister here at Muhammad Mosque number 42 here in Long Beach, Minister Jason Muhammad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give them all a big round of applause. I'm so honored to be before you. And before I bring up Brother Michael, who so many of you are like sons and daughters of mine. It's good to see you, Sister Tanya, Sister Gladys, Sister Joni J. Oh man, this is like a family reunion. What I mean, this is so wonderful. But let's move on with the program. As I prepare to bring my brother up, I just want to make a couple of mentions about something that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has explained to us and shown to us in that great illuminating book, Closing the Gap. And that is the importance of relationships. Relationships are so important, brothers and sisters. And sometimes we take each other for granted. And you know the old saying of, you never miss your water until your well runs dry. You never really miss something until you don't have it. And so the relationships that we must be very, and Sister Captain Arisha Muhammad, all praise to you. The relationships, brothers and sisters, are so important, beginning with your relationship to Allah. That's where it starts. Then your relationship to your parents, to your brothers and sisters, your bloodline, and then the relationship with those who believe like you, and your relationship to our people, and their relationship to all righteous individuals on this planet. Now you might feel that, you know, I can't get with him, or I can't get with her, because we have not developed the kind of love that it takes to bond two individuals together. So brothers and sisters, I'm not going to take any more time. I want to bring up my brother, my son, a brother who I love very much, love his father, love his mother, love all his children like mine. We go so far back that we knew of him before he came forth. Oh man, please help me welcome to this rostrum and this microphone our brother, who is the captain of the junior FOI. Bring him on with a big round of applause, Brother Michael Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I witness there is no God but Allah. I witness the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his true servant, last apostle, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder, teacher and guide in the hells of North America. And in those great names, once again, family, Because that's what we are, we're family. I want to greet my family in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. How you feeling? The man who just spoke is like my father. He helped raise all of us, all the youth. We grew up under him. And we thank him, and we thank men like him, and we thank women like you who helped raise us to become the men that we are struggling and striving to be. Just like Farrakhan. Now, brothers and sisters, the reason we brought him up is to show you, basically, we're all family. And the FOI is a family. The FOI is a brotherhood. The point of the FOI is to have a strong brotherhood. Because in society, there's a lack of men. There's a lack of strong men. So when my father can't be there, these brothers were here. When their mothers can't be here, these women were here. So that's the importance of this nation. That's the importance of a brotherhood and a sisterhood. So we just show for you, Brother Minister Charles Muhammad. You moved to Phoenix, but we're still holding it down. The West Coast is still all right, Brother Minister. And we're going to make sure it never goes anywhere. Praise be to Allah. Well, brothers and sisters, I am not the main speaker. I am just an appetizer before the main course. But the appetizer is still good. You still pick at it, and it still gets you ready for that main course. So my job is to get you warmed up, because then we have a show for you. It's not really a show, it's a class, because we're learning in here. This is a hospital for the crazy, because as Minister Tony always said, we all crazy. We're crazy as hell, excuse my language, but we are crazy. The street made us crazy. But this is the mental hospital. And in here you get well. So that's what we're here for. We're here to give you medicine. A couple pills. So you feel better. Now, main speaker will be here in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to keep talking. So you just keep enjoying it. Thank you. I want to thank all. This is such a good day. It's good to see my family out here. It's good to show us what we can do for you. This is one day we want to show you what we can do for you. Because we love you, and we made a commitment to stand up and to clean these streets, brothers, with us. Because this is your home. This is where you belong. That's right. We was out there. Ain't nothing out there for you. We already been that route. Our father's been that route. Our mother's been that route. And we realized ain't nothing out there. It's only one way out, and that's for the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we're going to teach, and we're going to die teaching these teachings. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Still waiting. Go ahead. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. I feel so good. I don't want to leave now. You may have to stay home. I'm going to call them to stay home. I hold this mic down for a while. But in all this, it's beautiful to see our young brothers, even a generation after us, stronger every generation. They ain't supposed to stop at one generation. You made a way for us. Now we got to make a way for them. And it's our job as the youth to make sure we have a way for our younger children. So today it's not only for you or for us, but it's for them. To show them an example that the streets ain't got nothing, but Farrakhan does. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad does. And if we keep that spirit and keep that idea and that mentality, the nation ain't going nowhere. It failed once, and that's not happening no more. That's not happening no more.
Come on, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, brothers. See my brothers here? Go ahead, soldier. Praise be to Allah. Our brothers and sisters, before the main speaker comes, I'll tell you a little bit about this, brother. A little bit about us. In the Nation of Islam, we're taught in the military. We're taught in a military structure. There's a captain, there's lieutenants. The brother I'm bringing up to you is the minister. Now, we all had our problems growing up. And now it's so beautiful to see us actually taking on this and saying, you know what? We don't want that life no more. It's beautiful to see sisters in headpieces saying, I don't want that life no more. So this is the day that we're showing the world. And it's not going to stop today. This is not a day. This is a movement. Look up the word movement. This is not a march. This is a movement. This is not a day we're going to come wearing bow ties and headpieces and Saturday we're out clubbing again. This is a movement. This is not a day when we back out doing drugs. We threw the drugs away. We took the needle out of our arm and threw that in the trash. We took the weed and threw it in the trash. We took half these school books and threw in the trash already. We're picking up these teachings and we're moving because you know what? We're fed up with this life. We're fed up with this government system. We're fed up with the school system. We're fed up with everything in this system. That's why we got to bring in a whole new structure, a whole new idea, and it's in our youth. You brothers can't be scared. It takes courage to stand up, brothers. We're asking for a few good men who ain't afraid to stand up, and a few good women who aren't afraid to stand up. Thank you for a lot. Brothers and sisters, I am now getting ready to bring up our main speaker. Now this brother is a beautiful brother.
Yes, sir.
Listen to this brother. Whatever judgments you had about the nation, wipe them out. If you don't know anything, just shut up and listen. Because we are here to teach you, brother. So open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your spirit, and help me bring up to the stage my brother, our youth minister in the region, brother Marquis Muhammad. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful,
Come on now.
all praises is due to Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I can't thank him enough for sending to us that Georgia-born black man with the limit of a 4th grade education, but that was blessed to have an unlimited amount of knowledge given to him. That man who I speak of, my boy Elijah Muhammad. Our Father would like to thank him for giving to us that mercy that's been blessed to us in our midst today, who has been divinely guiding us through the times of judgment, actually. So, and that man that I'm speaking of is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And though these 3 righteous and holy names, I'd like to greet our brothers, the community of Long Beach, Compton, Mos 27, and the Empire, wherever you come from today. We want to thank you and greet you in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. I'm honored to be up here today in front of all the brothers and sisters here. I thank you for allowing me to be here today. I'd like to first of all thank Minister Tony Muhammad, actually. I'd like to really thank that brother for allowing us to come here today and to be blessed to come up here on this night. About that brother, in a time when the youth was definitely in need and we were searching, as we all are searching, this brother definitely gave us a direction and guided us here to where we are today by the grace of Allah. So I really thank that brother Minister Tony. I also like to thank our captain, that strong captain who never sleeps, 24/7, always up, always moving. And that captain I speak of is definitely our captain, Captain Halim Muhammad. So I like to thank that brother too for allowing us to come here today. It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing to be up here. Again, to the brothers and sisters, whatever. I see some strong, heavy hitters in here. See Sister Dorothy right there. You know, if I quote the wrong part of the Bible, she's like, that's wrong. So we definitely got to make sure we're on point today. You know, for real. I definitely got to thank the sister captain, Sister Arisha, and sister captain, Sister Tayne. I got to definitely thank them. I've never been to MGT class, but the youth that they have brought out from the MGT class is definitely a great example of what MGT class is about. So we definitely thank them for working. I gotta definitely give love to that man who actually should be up here today teaching on Youth Day. This is probably the youngest brother in the mosque today, and that brother who I'm speaking of is our emeritus, Brother Minister Wazir Muhammad. We gotta give that brother a round of applause. Brother Emeritus is definitely a strong brother, and he's been great for us in these times right here. I mean, the day that we actually decided to get this structure right, to get it together, it was Minister Wazir Muhammad who was there, who actually set it up to where he just said, brother, come up here, you're going to be the minister, and left. Yeah, it was like that. And we waited, we actually listened to the car start up and leave. And we was like, okay, he's gone. He's gone today. So it was definitely, he did it like that. From that day forward, the structure's been built, and we've been definitely trying to move and do what Honorable Mr. Farrakhan has been asking of us to do.
Today's subject that we wanted to speak on and just really wanted to deal on today was the turning of the hearts of the children back to the Father. So, I mean, I thought this would be very important today, by the grace of Allah, for us to speak on, because that's the times that we are living in right now. So, assalamu alaikum again, everybody. I really appreciate everybody. Man, give me some round of applause. So, when we think about the words turning the hearts of the children back to the Father, then what that pretty much is stating is that we was once turned to the Father, we once was with the Father. The word back, what that pretty much is saying is that we was once turned already to the Father. So what I'm saying right now, the question that I'm asking is, what is it that turned us away from the Father, right? Pretty much right now, the times that we are living in, if we can say that we are, I guess you could say, are not turned towards the Father, we want to bring their hearts back to the Father. The question we must first understand pretty much is why we left the Father and what were we doing when we was with the Father. You know what I'm saying? So at this point right now, that's what we want to deal on. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan just put a book out that we all know about that is called Closing the Gap. And so we all understand that there's a gap that is in between a lot of us and everything that we deal with. And we understand that the gap that we are speaking on is not necessarily just the gap of just one big gap. It's many gaps that are happening to us right now in our everyday life that we have to close up. That is going to be, once we close up those gaps, then we'll start working towards closing the gap towards Allah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the minister was on right now. So at this point today, you know, for this youth day, we definitely wanted to get up here and just really make sure that the inspiration and everything that we are doing for the community, that we just give you a demonstration of what we are trying to do for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Some of us today believe that today for youth day, we was going to come up here and do something cute, like some type of, that's not really what we're about right now. What we're trying to do right now. Today, where we are at is a time of pretty much war. Yes. Now, some of us may believe that war is. Some of us may believe that war isn't necessary. You know, that we should be peaceful and that we don't need war. And I understand what you're saying, but we all must understand that good must go to war with evil to establish peace. Is that right? So at this point right now, we're trying to just give you a demonstration of what the youth are trying to do to go against, put this war, I guess you could say, against the evils that are being put on us today in these streets. Today, as the youth, I can say that the MUI that we have is a blessing. It's definitely necessary. It's definitely necessary that we get the MUI together, because personally myself, I was one who went to the public schools myself. And so today, as I guess the ones who are seasoned or the seasoned Muslims, we have a problem sometimes with judging the young ones and thinking that pretty much you've been to the mosque, or you've come to the mosque, or you've been here before, you should just know the knowledge. I went through the struggle for you, which is understandable. Someone who is smart would learn from someone else's experience. But in the infant stages of where the youth are at, sometimes in our knowledge, we're not that smart sometimes. You get what I'm saying? So through us, sometimes we have to grow, we have to start moving towards the evolution, or the process of pretty much growing into becoming who we're supposed to be, or even growing to understanding who the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is. I mean, I can honestly say that there was a time in my life where the minister would be speaking, honestly, and I would be running around. I mean, it's just that plain, it's that simple. It's not that I never didn't know who he was, but I just had to grow into the understanding of who this man that is in front of me. So, I mean, there's certain situations that you may see your youth going through today that you may question them. You may think that we didn't do right, or that we didn't do good. We have to go to jail. We got youth that are, you know, in prisons today. We got youth that are, you know, out doing a lot, to keep it real with you. But if you knew that how far the enemy has brought things today, then you would have an understanding of where we are at today. You see, a lot of us judge what the youth are going through, but what we must understand is that, I mean, I give you Diana Ross. You know, back in the day, she was doing her thing. But I don't know if she's doing what Beyonce or even Halle Berry is doing for us today. You get what I'm saying? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that at one time we would be bringing the devil into our house and entertaining him. So every day we have a young youth who are going to the mosque on Sunday, or going to a church on Sunday, and then Monday through Saturday are going through public schools that are teaching us other than ourselves, honestly. And then every other day we're sitting down in front of the TV, getting the devil straight right there in front of us. Just like that. Just like that. 24-hour videos, Prince comes on 3 channels at one time. I'm talking about everything. I mean, I told my mom, I said, Mom, we got to do it because I like it. I like it a lot. I really like it. So we just, I mean, that's my house. The cable's in the house, there's not a lot getting done. Everyone's sitting around and we just waiting to get the controller. If you got the controller, you are the God of that situation. You are controlling everything that's happening in that situation. That's the way that is today. Praise be to God. So with us dealing with us, the children turn their hearts back to the Father, we have to understand what they are going through. You get what I'm saying? We have to understand what the times are right now. You see, everything isn't like it used to be. When the white man was right in front of us, you know, just acting it out, slapping us and hitting us. The way the white man has trained us today is he built it like a system. He has us doing it. You get what I'm saying? He's not calling us niggas and watch us call us niggas. You get what I'm saying? Let me tell you one thing, and I mean this the most positive way. When I see the Bloods and the Crips, why in a way they are necessary today. The reasons why they are necessary today is because they're showing you what the times are right now. You see, some of us get fooled by those who are on TV who has money. Some of us get fooled by those on TV who seem to be in high positions. Oh, he's black, so we should vote for him. Ask Condoleezza Rice if it's right to just vote for anybody who's black. Am I right? So what I'm saying today is the times that we're in right now, white supremacy is not just in the white man. White supremacy is in the Native Americans. White supremacy is in Mexicans or Hispanics. White supremacy is in us and black people. So we got to deal with that pretty much today what we are speaking on is pretty much where we are at right now as the youth and what our job is in the community of what we got to do. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that if you put a clean glass up to next to a dirty glass, you let them pick which one that they should drink from, right? That's pretty much stated is that you have to be an example. You don't have to tell a person that this is clean, it's obvious, you get what I'm saying? But then the question is asked, what if you don't present the clean glass? You see, the people are thirsty. And the people in need, they're thirsty for truth. They're thirsty for knowledge. And so that whatever you give to them, they're going to drink from it. If we don't give them the decision to have the clean glass, then they're going to drink from the dirty glass. That's why you see the situation we are in today. I thank Allah, seriously. I really thank Allah for the youth sisters that we have today. Because I really don't think, even with the youth brothers, I don't think we understand what it's like to be a sister today in this world. The only thing that this world is demanding out of our sisters today, out of the women today, is sex. I mean, you gotta admit, even as a young woman, older women even know that you crave for attention sometimes. You get what I'm saying? So when the white man sets up that, which is, I guess you could say, it's pretty much what we'll say is appealing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, if you do this, then this is how you get looked at. Right. You know what I'm saying? If people knows that our mind is already down there, and the nation can't rise no higher than its woman, then that means that you can level the nation based off of the level of the woman. Is that right? So when you put the level of the woman down here, where's the men at? Exactly. So what he has done is he has reduced our women down to their skirts. He's reduced our women down to being hoes and hookers and prostitutes. That's the situation that we're living in today. But you see, the truth in that is that prostitutes and the hoes and all them, they get attention. It's the truth. Honestly, it is. They get the attention. But you see, I mean, I don't mean to quote a pimp, but he said that I'll never hit a woman, but I'll slap it out of a bee. Why? You know what I'm saying? What did he mean by that? You see, some of the young women, what we see in our life is that you think that because when you dress up, that you're not getting no attention because you are actually, you know, in a garment or something, you're not giving that which the other sisters are giving. Right. But what you gotta understand, with even that pimp and his knowledge and his lack of knowledge of who a woman is, he still understood in that song that a woman. You see what I'm saying? But those women who are out there who reduce themselves, yes, they get the attention. But the attention that they get is not exactly the attention what you think it is. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we say, I slap this. If you treat yourself like that, then that's how you'll be treated. And you see, today we in the times right now, man, where it's real hard. As the youth, you want to be popular. You know what I'm saying? As youth, we want to be looked at, and we want to, you know, we want people to see us, and we want to be out at our schools to be the one. We want to be a part of everything. You get what I'm saying? And so being different isn't always that good. It doesn't always feel real good. You get what I'm saying? I know the youth, y'all understand that for sure, and I know all of us do, because even some of us, my mother was a Christian. And so through that, she had to be real different when she decided that she wanted to come to the nation. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. So at this point right now, you got to understand that the times of where we are at are crazy. We go through phases in our lives, but we must understand as youth that the phases that we go through can get us killed today. And that's just serious. It don't mean that we won't go through them, but we gotta pay attention. We really gotta pay attention to this man who they call Farrakhan. Because the times that we are living in today are really drastic right now. I mean, today, and some of us have messed up, you know, when we tried to come to the nation, decided that every once in a while someone wanted to go to a party. I don't know who, but you know, some of us, we may do that sometimes. But I mean, have you been to a party lately? Have you seen what parties are about? They got parties called T's and P's. I mean, the T's and P's, and some of y'all may not know what T's and P's are. But to keep it real with you, T's and P's mean my t-shirt and my panties. And your daughters are at parties in their t-shirt and their panties. You know what I'm saying? Right now, when they say that there's a pajama party, that we're going to having a pajama party, they mean come in what you sleep in. So if you don't sleep in nothing, they mean come in nothing. That's the attitude of the wickedness of the devil today. He wants to speak it to you. It's real. It's real. It's true. See, the enemy, man, has increased by 3, tripled it up for us today. I mean, for real, you look real crazy in a time right now when you are trying to do right, or you appear to be crazy. When you feel like you want to be a soldier, you go to school in a suit, people look at you crazy, is that right? I mean, I've been to school with some young Muslims who I've said salam alaikum to them, and they looked at me and said, what does that mean? Come on, brother. So I looked and I was, you know, I said, started yelling out to everybody in the school, he sells bean pie, and started clowning, playing around. I mean, it was just funny to me. But then when I got home and thought about it, it really made me think about what pressure did that brother feel, or that sister feel, to where they had to pretty much denounce who the minister is or denounce who Allah is just so that they can fit into this environment. You see, God has taught us that, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that we're in the rule of the wicked right now. You know what I'm saying? So anything that is not of wickedness is not going to really be looked at as popular. You know what I'm saying? But I remember a time when there was a man named who appeared to be crazy at the time. I remember a time when there was a man named Noah who was actually building an ark and telling people that, look, the water's going to come and we're going to die, pretty much. And now the people looked at him as if he was crazy. And sandals, they thirsty, they like, bring some water. He in sandals building an ark on sand. Talk to me, and he looked real crazy, is that right? But then the judgment of God came, and then as we read today, we all learned that he was more intelligent than what we thought he was, is that right? You see, to understand this, that the wickedness is increasing. I can say even in my young life, I've seen the amount of women who like women, I mean tripled. The amount of brothers who like brothers have tripled. The amount of us, I mean, look at the times we're living in right now where they have, where they're actually trying to break down onto the gangs right now. Where they have in the newspaper that the 11 most top notorious gangs, they're trying to kill at right now. Y'all seen that? They're after the babies right now. They're really after them. But you got to understand that Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he even taught us that evil comes good. Evil can come. What do I mean by that?
That's right.
The devil, in a way, is one of God's best helpers. When you really think about it. I'm serious. It's just the truth. I mean, every day we try to warn the people to do this. Every day we teach them who Farrakhan is. Every day Christian ministers try to tell you about who Jesus is. Every day we teach about who Moses is. Every day we try to give it to you and give it to you and give it to you. But some people just don't catch on. Is that right? Well, that's where the devil comes into play. Is that right? Have you noticed that there's a lot of Muslims who come out of jail? Have you noticed there's a lot of Muslims who are in jail right now? Because you got to understand that in the times that we're living in today, the devil is necessary. Yes, he is. He's definitely necessary. Because you can tell a brother again and again and again and again and again, but sometimes when that devil jumps on, then automatically they're like, whoa, oh, this is real. So the minister wasn't lying when he told us that the messenger was who God is. We're taught that two opposing forces can't occupy the same space at the same time. Is that right? So therefore, you have a choice of things. So what the devil does is just pretty much tells you it's one or the other. You want to be about this, then this is what this is about. Make your choice. Right now, in the time, I'm telling you seriously, it's an honor and it's great to see the youth rising up today. Because the way the streets are today is crazy. The way the streets are crazy. We are under attack right now. When you see Bush going out to Iraq and Iran and hanging Saddam, he wasn't trying to hang Saddam. He was trying to hang Islam. He was trying to hang us. That's what that's about. what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us. He is guiding us through it today. So right now he's saying that he's going to sit back for a second and see what we can do. So that's the question. What are we going to do? We say that we want to turn the hearts of the children back to the fathers, but in what way are we going to do it? So that we can be exalted, so that we can be known, or so that Almighty God Allah can be known? Come on now, talk to me for a second. See, some of the problems what's going on here is, honestly, hypocrisy is around us. And that's just what the reality is right now. Right now, what is around us is self-righteousness. There was a time in my life where I didn't know what self-righteousness was. I didn't know when you're self-righteous what that meant. So at times when I was going through my little trials with my braids and doing this and that, and you know, and here and there was times where a lot of brothers wanted to judge. A lot of sisters felt like they could judge me. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew me like that. You know what I'm saying? And the question is, I never knew what it was, because what a self-righteous person does is they take that's what is right, but use it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So you'll come to a person and you'll just kind of like put them beneath you, you know. But then you always got that. But when I'm saying, is it true? Is it true? Yeah, it's truth, right? And that's how a self-righteous person does. So the point is, what we got to understand is, yes, we are military. Yes, we are trying to be strong. But then you got to ask the question, when they said that to turn the hearts of the children back to the Father, why the hearts? And why not the brain? You see, the heart is passion. The heart is where the love is. And so what you got to understand is that if you're going to turn the hearts of the children back to the Father, you got to come together with love in your heart first. You got to understand that first. So right now, in the times that we are living in, we are learning that this is our duty. This is what we are to do. You see, I understand for the youth. I know it's hard right now. I know that when you look around, we are curious. You know what I'm saying? Can't everybody have sex for you, but I would rather someone else catch AIDS for me. You can learn a lot from what we are going through today. I'm telling you. It ain't like if you. I haven't even been there, but where I'm at now, I know whatever was before this couldn't be as bad as this is. I'm telling you. So you gotta ask yourself this question as the youth. If the white man, or if the enemy, or if white supremacy has tripled itself by 3, then what do? We must triple ourselves. If they're standing hard and they're banging what they're about, then we gotta bang what we're about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really... Especially out here in LA, we know what we're going through here. I mean, some people don't know what it's like to walk down the street as youth and get banged on constantly, no matter which street you go through. When I walk down the street, my mother always asks me, "Is that the right color?" I say, "Yeah." I mean, in this right here, it's the. I mean, their blood's here, so the red is okay, but they're not the ones we gotta worry about. They still got enemies. Their so-called enemies are gonna come here and try to get at them too. I mean, it's just you're never really all the way safe. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are protected by who? Almighty God Allah. And that's just where we're at right now. I mean, some people don't know what it's like to honestly want to join a gang on your street just so that you don't have to be messed with. I mean, not that you're a punk or that you're afraid to fight, but sometimes you just don't feel like fighting every day. There's been times where I've walked and the brother said to me, "Where you from?" I'm like, "I don't bang." Then the brother says, "F, I don't bang." I'm like, "I didn't know that was a gang." And that's just what he's saying. You see what that means right there is he's saying to you, where are you from? What are you about? Right now, I don't bang is not an answer. You gotta be standing for something. You gotta be about something today. That's what you're doing today. You know, after we've been fighting in the streets all day and fighting here and there, we finally decided to go to the wise. And we talked to Minister Tony. We said, "Minister Tony, what do we do right now? We're trying to do righteousness. We're trying to do good. But, I mean, we're still out here fighting. We're still going through these little situations, man, that people are still trying to hold us down." So he asked me, every day that you walk out, do people know that you are Muslim? I'm not saying to everybody we wear a suit every day, but even if you got a pen of Elijah, man, keep it close to your heart. And then when you walk, you should be quick moving and fast thinking. That's the way that we are thinking right now. The times that we are living in, man, you got to stand for what you stand for. So when Minister Tony told us that, when they ask you where you from, tell them where you from. I looked at him like, "Where we from?" You know? You know, but, you know, and that's what Mr. Tony told us. I mean, we're Muslims. You know what I'm saying? We try to submit our will to the will of Almighty God Allah. Is that right? So why can't we be that when we're in the streets? Is that what we got to do? I mean, are they going to drink from the clean glass if they don't know it's clean? If they can't see it, if it's not presented to them? So the next time we walk down the street and someone asks us, "Brother, where are you from?" "Brother, I'm from the Nation of Islam." I'm not big on this floor. We ain't backing down from nobody, man. This is what we at right now. Is that right? Because we are gods in ourselves, right? I mean, every day you have a pretty much I guess you would say you have a choice of what you do. That's why when you when you smoke weed, you may think that's not as bad. But when you start trying to stop is when you realize how controlled you are. You know what I'm saying? When you're a fornicator, you may think, well, I'm still doing this, but when you try to stop, that's when you realize how much of an addiction it is. You gotta understand that God has allowed us to have the power to be gods over ourselves. So meaning that if you take a substance that is controlling you, who is supposed to be the God, then that became the God over you. Is that right? If I'm the God and I can't control my habits, then that habit has become the God over me. Women sometimes will be the God over men. Is that right? Men can be the God over women sometimes. But if you're the God over yourself, then you should be in control of everything that you are doing. You know what I'm saying? How do we do that if we're not guided? How do we know what we're supposed to do if one hasn't taught us yet? That's why Jesus is definitely needed or necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because the times that we are living in right now, Allah is so merciful that He's never really left us in times like this where we didn't have anybody. I mean, why not us?
Go ahead. That's right. Go ahead. All praise. Come on,
These brothers right here inspire me right here. I'm telling you, the youth is really trying to move and really trying to be strong today. And when I say trying, because we're striving. You know what I'm saying? All of us, no one is perfect. And that's what it's about right now. Brothers, you got to understand, man, that when it says turn the hearts, man, the heart, that's very important. Yes, we must drill. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we must learn. But Marquis Farrakhan teaches us that we got to love the people 1,000 times more than they hate themselves. Is that right? But my question to you is, how can we go out there and teach them what we don't know and we won't even go find our own brothers? In the mosque today, we got youth, man, who have fallen to the wayside, for real. And to me, I take that personally, seriously. I don't care what no one says, they knew the truth, so they're gone. Man, please, get out my face with that. You don't know what these children are going through today, man. You don't know every day that a brother comes to the mosque, there's a party that he is missing. I'm serious, man. And to you, it may not be anything in your life, but in my life, man, a party may mean a lot. So that's why we got to have something that if two opposing forces can occupy the same space at the same time, then it's the time for me to pick and make a choice and decision. But I'm not going to try to move without my brother. I mean, and I'm not putting no one out there, but both of these brothers behind me who you see right now, not too long ago, I mean maybe a year ago, we got them both out the juke. And that's serious, man. It's serious. And to some who may think, like, why would you say that? It's the truth. Sometimes we're living in right now. That's my brother right there. That's my brother right there. When this brother was in, there was a young brother who came to him. He got into it when he was inside of a correctional institute, and it was a young Hispanic brother. They got into it, you know, using this thing, they was using their gangs and everything that they do. And the Hispanic brother told him that he promised him on his dead homies. Now I'm gonna tell you something about a dead homie. If I promise you on my homie, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my dog, but he's still living, so he can still do something wrong. But the dead homie, that's just someone you done missed. I mean, and he been your homie to the end, that means I'm really mad at you. I really want to get at you right now. So when he said that on my dead homies, he really meant there's no chance in hell that you're going to live when I see you. He promised on his dead homies that he was going to kill this brother, when he got out. Allah put together the circumstance of the situation where they actually met up. That's what actually happened. But when he seen the brother was suited. When he seen the brother was suited. When he seen the brother, but you gotta remember this. That for every transition, everything that we do in our growth, every time we try to move up and try to leave behind what we used to be about, there's gonna be a trial. You know what I'm saying? So the brother who promised them on his dead homies, he didn't stop there. You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead. All praise.
He didn't stop there. You hear what I'm saying? What he did is he walked up to the brother and he said to him, the hood that the brother used to bang, he said, F it.
Right. Yeah.
F your hood. So that's the first thing that he's doing is he's trying them.
Yeah.
So that means if we gotta have more love for them, man, then that means that we gotta understand what they're in right now. It's hard for us. You can't get out there and push a paper if you don't have passion for the people. Because you gotta understand, man, that they're gonna throw stones at you. I mean, I got a lot of respect for that brother named Martin Luther King, seriously. Because even in his passion, his love for his people, when they threw the rock at him, you know, he took it, it hurt him. I'm sure it hurt him, but he looked and he was like, I mean, I still love you. Because that's what his mission is. Do not come out here and do this if you don't have love for the people then. Seriously. brother. You know, you trying to get more mad, you gotta tell him, keep me cool right now. For real. You know, in the mosque, we train. When you in FOI class, they like, brother, train. So when you out there, you be willing to use it too. You know what I'm saying? For real. So when the brother walked to him, he told him, F your hood. The first thing our young brother said was, man, I'm not about that no more. At the same time, he still made it clear that I ain't no punk either. So, I mean, that's my hood, and I'm gonna leave it at that, but don't trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm no punk, brother, but I understand where you coming at with that. So the dude, and when the dude walked up to him, I forgot to tell you that he was holding his belt. And he wasn't trying to tighten up his belt size, you know what I'm saying? He had a motive. He had to keep his word to his dead homies, seriously. But when he saw that this brother, when he saw he was pushing that, of which he claims he's pushing, was being an example of that, then what did he do? He saw that and he pretty much walked away. He'll probably be here next week, in case you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Who are being divided. So everything that we are going through, they are really trying to divide and conquer right now. I mean, that's when I was talking about the Bloods and Crips and what we going through with the Bloods and Crips. We got to understand that right now, what's happening with them is a clear example of what the times are. Seriously. It's Willie Lynch, I mean, for real. Even on the East Coast, you see some of the places that they live in on the East Coast, and you be like, man, I see why you are hustling. I mean, you just want to get up out of here. You go even to the South and think about how that's some of the slave plantations that was there. When you come in here on the West Coast, the jungles don't really look that bad. You get what I'm saying? See, the way that they really came at the youth here is just pure hatred for your brother, hatred for self. That's the way it is. Our communities, we just stop tripping, they can really be nice communities. Sunshine, palm trees. I was like, brother, why are you tripping? Sisters walking down the street. There'll be 10 sisters walking down the street and the brother will stand there and stare at you. And I'll be like, brother, all these women walking around, you mad at me? You see this? But that's what it is right now. In LA, we are dealing with self-haters. That's what we are dealing with. The mission for us out here is a little different, you see, because in other hoods and other states and other cities, they are dealing with that based off of how we deal with ours. You see, theirs rises when ours rise. You know what I'm saying? See, when that man, Jimmy Iovine, who's over death row, not Suge Knight, Jimmy Iovine, the cracker who's running it, the real one who you don't see, when he decided to raise up all that death row type of talk and all that, when all that built up, then it challenged these. It challenged the ones in the South. So they had to raise up to that and feel like that too. So my thing is that if our gangsters are bringing it to new levels, why can't we bring it to new levels? Why can't we be the example for the rest of the world? Like where we are at. I mean, seriously. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is well respected around the world. Why is he well respected around the world? I mean, out here, we only get what the media shows us. If they tell us that 10 died in the fight or in the war, we believe 10 died. Every time they say 10, it probably means 100, honestly. Whatever they tell us is what we take and what we accept. Honestly, man, that's why I love that final call. That's why that is so important that we get that out. Because it's the current events is up with the times. You know what I'm saying, of what we are living in right now. I understand that. But the minister is well respected everywhere that he goes. One of the reasons why, possibly, is because they, in other countries, fear the government that we deal with. Yes. Honestly. Thousands and thousands of miles away, they fear the government we live in. So when they see a man who is rising up, and it's not thousands of miles away, I mean actually right here, and to even bring it closer, he went to the doorstep of the enemy and called 1 million men to the doorstep of the enemy. They respect that, man. Seriously. You don't know what you got in front of you right now. They've never seen nothing like that since Elijah. They've never seen nothing like that since Malcolm. You know what I'm telling you? And he's went out there to them and he's seen them and they love him and they honor and they respect him. Because they've never seen strength like that. And the thing is that if we bow down and just hear what the minister's giving us, get the teachings that he has given us, then we can be that too. Oh, but we know a lot. Some of us, you know what I'm saying? We know a lot. We're here with it. You know, I don't want to be everybody else. Y'all trying to make everyone haircut, one everything. I don't want to be like that. You know the feeling. These other youths, we want to all be who we are. Do what we do. That brother ain't that brother, and that brother ain't that brother. Scare me. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And where we at right now, that's just what it is. But that's what you got to understand, what the FOI class is and what the MGT class is right now, what that's about. It's not about making everybody just one person. Like Minister Don at 7 Boss, it's not about oneness, it's about togetherness. It's kind of like a harmony note. You get what I'm saying? You can bring the highest note, a soprano, or bring the a tenor, and when you, each one alone may seem insignificant, it may seem different. But when you put it together, the blend that it makes, man, it gives an understanding of a bigger picture. You see what I mean right now? But at this time right now, where we have to do our role and do our part. We may think our part is little. I mean, even with that 3-piece harmony, you may start getting into it so tough, man, you may take your note out just to see if yours is important. And once you take it out, it changes the whole thing. It does. So you may be like, okay, all right, I'm in there, I'm doing this. But you see, some people, there's a lot of people, there's someone who knows violins, there's people who play horns, people who play the piano, but there's always what is necessary in all of those little situations is a composer. You see, because even though a person may know how to play the violin, he may not understand the value or different variations of notes. You know what I'm saying? So there's one who has to guide them through. That's what the minister is for us today and where we are at. You see, when you get into notes a little bit more, then you'll start understanding the difference in what an octave is, or what a major or minor note is. You get what I'm saying? Little things that you don't even know, a B sharp and stuff like that. You're like, man, that's what that composer does. It guides the times, it brings us to where it needs to be. You do your part, you do your part. You don't worry about him, you don't worry about him. Do yours effectively, do yours effectively. And like a piece of a puzzle, we'll make this right, we'll make the bigger picture. You get what I'm saying? There's who are older now who believe that I know all that. I got that now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of my little problems right now, my little pet peeves right now is just brothers who are always trying to, you know, people, I'm telling you this much right now, love to talk to the youth about whatever they want to talk about. Honestly, you need to watch who's in your baby's ears, for real. Because people will do that. They will talk to you about anything and tell you anything. Seriously. That's where we at right now. The biggest thing to us, my attitude kind of is like, man, assalamu alaikum salam, but if you're in the FOI class, and I don't know if you up on times or what's going on right now. Honestly. That's where it is, man. Don't come with me telling me about what you think things should be, or what you think things was, or how you used to do it. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't judge me how you used to do it. The minister used to and is and still will be. So brothers get into this where they feel like they don't want to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be different. I want to show who I am. I give you an orange tree and I give you a lemon tree. You know what I'm saying? An orange tree will produce sweet fruit. A lemon tree is going to do something that's so sour, right? Something that's real sour. But what they must go through is do the foundation. They must both be planted the same way. They must both have water put on the same way. There ain't no different water for the lemon, no different water for the orange. And they get the same sunlight. That's the nutrients that they need to grow. So what everybody has for us is that we must be that generation so that we can grow to the tree that we're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. The only speak for all time, other than Muhammad, Master Farad has set up a class that brings out your character. It brings out who you are and who you will be. You know what I'm saying? Look at it as if the lemon tree said, well, I'm not an orange tree, so I mean, I don't need that water put vodka on me. I don't know what you want. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no different situation. That's what you need. That's how God made it. And so as you treat them both the same way in the beginning, rise up. One produces the lemon tree and one produces that orange tree. Is that right? So that's what we got to do. And then even in its most grown state, the grownest it can get pretty much, it is going to always need water and always need sunlight. So even in when you think you made it and you there, well, I found myself. And you still need it. You still need to be at your FOI class. You still must be up on your current events. And be up on the times that we are in right now. See, because the devil, the enemy, is always on point. What you got to admit is that he is wickedly great. Husbands, we all say, devil ain't nothing I roll on the white man, but he doing his thing. Seriously. I can admit it. I like cable. Hear me? I'm not playing with you. I'm serious with you, man. The enemy knows, he comes to you in your nature, man. Seriously. It's real, man. It's real. He comes to us on the straight path. If you like women, he'll give you women. If you like women, he'll even give you men. I mean, right now, we're in times where it's like that. Pushing one day. And, you know, when I was pushing, you know, I pushed the gangsters, brothers who kill each other, do all this stuff and all this. Then some gay brothers pull up. And I'm like, you know, looking, you know, I'm like, okay. I'm gonna call the brother or sister, whatever you feel. I mean, what you need out of this, you know? So the brother looked at whatever. You know, he was real. He was real. It was like, God gave me the good one. You know, the one that's just there with the long hair. Like, golly, you know, and he's just, you know, reaching, and he goes and he pulls out, you know, like 15 cents. Because I always say that give a donation to what you can afford. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So, pull out 15 cents. He's like, oh, I only got 15 cents or whatever. I'm like, that's good. That's fine. I can't get 15 cents to the FOI. That was just like that. I'm like, okay. So then his dude reached in and pulled out $2 and passed it over. And what that made me think about is where we are at right now. And what the minister was about right now. You see, we get to this thing where we ought to teach us. And we claim to be the emergency room here at the Nation of Islam at Mosque 27. We claim to be the emergency room. But who's ever been at a hospital in the emergency room? You see, in the emergency room, man, there's people who get shot in the head and still live. You got to deal with everything that comes to you. You can't make decision choices of who you think should make it, who you think will be there. So that's not to judge them, brothers, man. No matter what you think about them, man, that's God's people. So it's our job to get God's people to do it. Of the difference between a Satan and a devil. See, we all like devils. We see our brothers. You ask me right now, what do you think the devil is? I'll look, you know, especially without having knowledge, I'll say, I think black people are, because everywhere I go, we crazy. That's the devil I see. But then you get to understand what a Satan is. You see, a maker of devils. And you're like, oh, okay, so something happened before this. If we don't turn our hearts of us back to the Father, then how did we leave? I mean, what happened to us? Who took us from the Father? How did that happen? Talk to me about that. You see, the slave master told us that we was 3/5 of a person. You know what I'm saying? They always like to say stuff like that. Y'all ain't nothing but 3/5 of a person. But the question you must ask yourself is, were they right? Yeah. Yes. Now in Islam, we believe that mathematics is Islam, and Islam is mathematics. Is that right? So if they're saying that 3/5 of a person, if you're 3/5 of a person, they're pretty much stating that it takes 5/5 to make one whole, right? So in order to get to 3/5 from 5/5, you must subtract 2/5. Is that right? What two things are we lacking that they have subtracted from us? One, they have taken from us our God. See, when you take the creation from the one who created it, it's almost as if it never existed. You know what I'm saying? So when they took us from our God, yeah, they took the points off of us. We lost our spirit. Have you ever seen a body without a spirit? Go to the funeral. The person may look good, dressed up, cleaned up, makeup, nice suit. But without that spirit inside that body, it's no good. The spirit is what pushes the vehicle. They have to do something. So then the question that we must ask ourselves next is that we have 4/5 of a person, right? All right, so we got to subtract one more, right? What else did they take from us? Our roots, our name, where we come from.
That's right.
If you don't know where you came from, then you don't know who you are, and you definitely don't know where you're going. Is that right? So I'll tell you the greatest tree in the forest. Real big, real nice. You never even look down. But go ahead and cut it off at the bottom, at the root. It'll die instantly. You know what I'm saying? So when they say that they made us 3/5 of a person, yeah. Oh yeah, they're real. They're not lying to us. Yes, we have been reduced to 3/5 of a person. We lost God and we lost our roots. But then, one thing I love about the nation is that we don't leave it there. We lost 3/5 of a person. Why and who did it? That's the next question. See, that's why a lot of preachers today are thrashing, but if you go to a lot of Christian churches, the Kingdom on, and some of them are real strong. They got that Farrakhan influence. And they'll talk, and they say, you black and you great, but there's a limit to how far they'll bring you. See, they'll tell you that you're down and you went down, but they'll just leave it in the open. They don't tell you who brought you down, who put you in that situation that you're in right now. That's what I want to know about. Tell me who did this to us. Tell me, point out to me. So that's when you get to the understanding of the white man. Oh, here go the Muslims again, the white man. Oh, you know what? I don't believe in that. You know, I just feel like everyone's the same. I mean, the white man, I don't think God would do that. Why would he make the white man that and the black man? I don't think he would. I just don't see. I believe with everything that the minister says, but that. You get what I'm saying? That's cool. Why would he do that? I don't think he would. Like what you thought ever. Like what you thought ever turned what Allah was going to do. I saw a hurricane that happened in Katrina. Allah allowed that. I saw what happened in Indonesia when all the wrong countries when that tsunami went over that. Allah allowed that. I mean, was Allah not present when we was in slavery for 400 years? I don't know what Allah will do. What are you talking about? I mean, sometimes the digest as a baby being born with AIDS. It's hard. Why did he deserve it? I don't know. But it happens. Understand that. But think about the messengers, he don't just leave it there. He breaks it down how this happened. You get what I'm saying? That's what he does for us. I love Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That is good. We gotta give love to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Had a 4th grade education. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan went to college. He went through, he had good grades. But he became the messenger's follower. There were a lot of doctors who come to the messenger. And when they come to the messenger, whatever study you do, he can help you in that. So he teaches them about medicine. Lawyers come to the messenger. He teaches them about law. I mean, it's like, man, what is that wisdom that has been given to you? See, that's when you know that he's been given the gift from the Mahdi. You know what I'm saying? From Master Farad Muhammad. We're going to get into that. I love talking about Master Farad Muhammad. It's real important. We're going to work our way to that, though. Baby steps. You get what I'm saying? Seriously. Now you're telling me who got it. It's all right. We're going to work there. Let's get back to the white man. My other favorite subject. You see? Seriously, that's where we're at right now. So you get into white supremacy and what the white man has done to us. I keep going back to that Bloods and Crips and what they're going through. Some of us don't even understand that Crip, when it started off, C-R-I-P, meant Committee Revolution in Progress. In progress. I mean, brothers claim a hood that they don't even know what the hood was about when it was originated. You see what I'm saying? The white man knows what he has done and what he's doing today. You get what I'm saying? Hear me out when I say this. Willie Lynch. It may seem old to you, but it's present today. Willie Lynch, when he turned the old against the young and the young against the old. The women against the men and the men against the women. See, that's real. That's what we live in today. I mean, it's so bad today that not only do you have the brown versus the black, not only do you have the Crips versus the Bloods, but then you get into where the brown is fighting the brown, and the Crips are fighting Crips. And you're like, brother, I mean, I thought I could wear blue over here. We ain't, what? You know what I'm saying? I think the 40s and the 60s Crips, where they go things at certain points where they're fighting each other. Now I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between 4 and 6, there's only one number. Meaning that y'all probably sharing some of the same schools like Crenshaw High. Right. Y'all both for Crips. And you got a few numbers in between you. You get what I'm saying? But you're fighting each other. You see what I'm saying? See, one thing I do respect about some of the brothers who are in the streets is that they do get a certain amount of brotherhood. But you see, when your brotherhood is based off of that of which is not in tune with God or evil, then it's going to become uncomfortable for you. You get what I'm saying? So when you go through them little situations where you are with your so-called brotherhood and the basis of it is of hatred of yourself, and you hate yourself, then that brotherhood is really no connection. Because if I hate me, then how do I feel about you? Especially when you look like me. Well, who taught us that? That's the Willie Lynch thinking that we're going through. 3/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man. Man, that's sad. I do respect Honorable Elijah Muhammad for giving us that name. Get rid of that name. Whatever the name is, man. Don't X on it till you find it. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I'd rather be X than to be anything. Muhammad, one worthy of praise. What does Scott mean? I don't even know. From the Scotland plantation. You know what I'm saying? I can trace back to only South Africa. At a certain point, when I go to, you know, a certain point of time, I find myself just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you was just being put everywhere. When you was getting auctioned off. You know what I'm saying? When the women was getting auctioned off. And so now we see our brothers today who are pimps, who are auctioning off our women. A direct example of the white men or that Willie Lynch teaching. I give the Hoover Crips. Great brothers. Lived on Figueroa a long time in my life. Got to know a lot of them. We have some in here who actually decided to turn their life over to Allah. But then you ask a Hoover Crip, man, what is that you bang for? Who is Hoover? Huh? You ask them who is J. Edgar Hoover? They'll look at you and they'll be like, Hoover, cuz, shut up. You know, be cool. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at you like that. But ask them who J. Edgar Hoover is. Huh? Come on now. One of the most biggest haters of black people. Come on now, the head of the FBI? The biggest hater of us? And today you see them demonstrating his hate from the grave. They're doing exactly what he wants them to do. On remote control. You know what I'm saying? So they do that anybody kill a thing and kill anybody but white people. When they mean anybody black. That's what we should put at the end of it. That's what we're living in today. We need knowledge, man. See, you're banging on a street for 1 mile. You claim the 60s. This one street, and if the sheriff's department wanted to come and take your house like that, it's gone. I mean, is that real? You want nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came to us and told us that you were the God of the universe. The black man, the original man, the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet, of God of the universe. I mean, am I God of the world or the universe? Please clarify that for me. When he made it clear to you. He said, man, I mean, if you go get a house, man, you get an appraiser. You have to get an appraiser because you have to know how much land is yours. You got to know where your fence line is, right? You got to know that's your land. So then he said, I'm going to show you that that's your land. If it's your land, you got to know your land. So that's when he started teaching us that there's 196,940,000 square miles of land and 57,255,000 of land. You know what I'm saying? That's what the messenger did. He showed us the actual facts of what is ours. But see, we've been reduced to a lion in a cage. A great mighty nation that's just stuck in between 60th Street. Stuck on Crenshaw. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on Slauson. Because we don't know what is rightfully ours. This is ours, man, and we got to claim what is ours. But when you get it, what do you want to do with it? Well, that's what we want to do Youth Day. Because I remember Minister Wazir talking about back when the mosque was attacked, that the youth had to run the mosque and take over the mosque. What we want to demonstrate to you is how the mosque, by the grace of Allah, if we get that privilege to do that, how it will be ran, how we will do it by the grace of Allah. That is our mission, and that's what we think about every day. We live for this, man, and we'll kill for this. Honorable Elijah Muhammad has done a great job, is that right? And every day you got to understand that we are living in them times, man, where we got to constantly be retraining ourselves, man. Seriously. I mean, some of us, excuse me, when brothers come to the mosque and say, I've heard that, I know that, I've been through that, I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, you seriously? That's like a brother telling me, I told him, brother, you kind of smell, you need to take a bath. I took a bath 2 weeks ago. I did that. I've been there. I already took a bath. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously. This is equivalent to that. I mean, even more. I mean, when you take a bath, think about it. When you come here, you got to go and take a shower probably sometimes 3 times a day. And then after you get out the shower, you got to put deodorant on. You got to put on all these different smell goods. You're like, man, how dirty am I going to get? Sometimes when you come here and get this teaching, you got to overdo it. All the deodorant, all everything that you can learn, and you turn to get it again. That's why right now we are living in the times of the gap, of closing the gap. We got to close these gaps because we think we know. Oh, brother, I'm 40 years old. I give it to the youth now. I give it to the youth now. Give what? To who? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Who's old? I mean, anyone who is 40, in my opinion, has never been 41. So you still got a lot to learn. I mean, that's just the reality we in right now. You know, hey, when I was 15, being 18 was real old to me. You know what I'm saying? Then 18 came and then 19, you know, it just keeps moving. I'm done with that. Who cares about all that? Man, that's a psychological thinking, man. Seriously. If you never knew what your age was, man, then you wouldn't be acting out like that. I guess someone shouldn't even told us how we were when we was born, huh? Look, I'm 40 now, I'll give it up. I mean, we say it's the relay race and we passing it on, passing the torch or passing on the baton. But I mean, if you stop 10 paces, you know, before you get to me, and decide, okay, I'm gonna walk the rest of this, you make it real hard for me. Seriously. Brother, here's the door. Brother, I'm like, brother, man, I gotta run back to get it, then run for it? I mean, seriously. Shoot. The captain, we always in a new meeting with him. The captain always want to do everything. That's what his attitude is. It's like, brother, no, you don't go do that. I want to do it. You know, and we want y'all to be here. If I die, that's when you take it over. That's the attitude. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. This Farrakhan would have stopped. Huh? Come on, man. Talk to me. I'll think a lot for Farrakhan. Because I know who the messenger is. Seriously. I wasn't blessed to be here when Honorable Elijah Muhammad was here. And he is here, but he was physically here. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't blessed to be here in that time. But Honorable Mr. Farrakhan, man, I see it. I got a demonstration of what it is, man. Seriously. Because he doesn't stop. Does Allah tell you when to do? You tell you when. That's why nobody's gonna die. What if we was born, we had a chart that said, okay, you'll die in this manner at this time. You know what I'm saying? We can think about that our whole life. Right now, what you can think about in life is life. Think about living. You know what I'm saying? We here. You got eternity over there. How long you gonna be dead? That's how long you got to be dead. Let's live right now, man. Seriously. To turn it over. That's why sometimes brothers, students, they doesn't call us Jews. We are the youth. But I don't call myself Junior, you call me that. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit that you get from me. The Junior is it's an honor to be named a Junior, brother. That's a spirit. Seriously. So everybody says, brother, y'all ain't Juniors no more. I never said that. You say that. That's the spirit that you get. As far as I'm concerned, we don't need no special youth day. Every day Mr. Tony gets up here and teaches his youth day. I just want to see that. Come on, man. We don't do nothing to what Mr. Tony does. We get up here and do this every week. Just for us, we need events, special occasions. Mr. Park gonna do a something so I can like this. Do something great for me. You already did the Million Man March, do another one, please, so I can know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, what do you mean, brother? You want me to... What you looking for right now? Special youth day. It's the time right now, man. It's the time that we be having to take it from him. Like, listen, can we get a little bit, you know? But he gives it to us too. You gotta do that too, that's real. And you gotta always express your love to your children to let them know how much you love them and respect what they're doing. I'm telling you, seriously, baby mama. I'm telling you seriously. That's the way it is right now, man. For real. The youth need that. Because, man, the enemy acts like he loves us. Seriously. So when brothers get inside of a hood, man, they feel like they win something. You know, I'm in the gang, I got a big homie, I'm a part of something, man. It feels good to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. When you're a part of something that Allah has made, woo, there's no beating that. I mean, even as youth, we've had the privileges of doing security and working for a lot of great people. Honestly, we have. But, hey, Miss Farrakhan, yeah, you cool, you great, but I mean, for real. Imagine Usher and Jesus Day. You know, everybody walking around Usher. Jesus is chilling. It's like, Jesus is right there. You crazy? Shoot, you just dancing. As far as I'm concerned, good job. Make music, brother. But I mean, I ain't gonna worship you for it, and I ain't gonna worship him. I don't worship Jesus either. Shoot. Oh, did I say something wrong? I worship Jesus. There go the Muslim talk. I mean, I always say what Jesus said. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you to St. Luke, chapter 18, verse 18 through 19. And a certain ruler asked him, saying, Good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?
Go ahead.
Good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus said unto him, Why callest thou me good? Now, hold on, wait a minute. The dude just asked him a question. He didn't answer the question. He stopped right there and said, Why call me good? The question, okay, we'll get to that. First, let's do this. Why callest thou me good? None is good, save one. That is God. That's what Jesus said. Say it how you want to say it. Go to any testament you want to go to, but I know what he told me. So that's what I run off of. Make up what you want to. Oh, but I get it. King James told you something different, huh? Is that what it is? Please. I caught myself getting into a dispute with somebody about some Bibles, and I purposely brought the little St. Jerome's edition. Yeah, it's King James edition. St. Jerome's, you know, the little Catholic one. So then, as soon as we get to Malachi after that, mine's continued to the book of Tibet and to other books. And he's just like, what's going on? I say, yeah. Now this is holy, right? The holy book. It is a great book, but what does holy mean? Perfect. But it's been revised, changed. So what needs to be changed to revised in perfection? You know what I'm saying? So that's why you get all these Bibles with 100 million different things. One is in Malachi, one is in this, one is in that. Thank Allah for the Quran. One thing I really love and respect about the Quran is that no matter who translates it, it always has the Arabic side. Just to say, if it ain't in tune with this, something's weird about it. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Come on, man. We done did a little exercise where you go to one brother, you tell him something, and it keeps going down the line. It changes. It changes. It changes. I watched that commercial on TV. Cable. Where, on TV where they see the little, you know, they're from a different planet. I don't know if you've seen the Got Milk commercial. And the cow is standing there, and they're all talking about we need the good juice, the holy juice. You know, like we need this great juice. So when they go and they say, we found the one who holds it. They go to the little barn and it's a cow just chewing on some hay. And they look at it and they're just like, you know, praising, and the cow's looking like, what's up right now? What you know what I'm saying? See, that's what happens. Imagine us going to Jesus Day. We're like, oh God. And he's just like, holy what? Jesus, juice? What? I mean, man, what you trying to do to me? You know what I'm saying? I'll push that. Yes, come to him through me, but it's not to me. If I get on the 101 freeway, I'm not going to land on the 101 freeway and be there. I'm trying to get somewhere. I go through the 101 freeway to exit to who I'm trying to get to or where I'm trying to go. That's what this is right here. You know what I'm saying? Honorable Elijah Muhammad, what I love about these teachers is that they don't just tell you who you are and then leave you out there on a limb. You're going to be questioned. That's why Honorable Farrakhan said that we must study. For all of you who are stuck in the past and you ain't got...
Go ahead. Yes, show up.
Closing the gap. What's the commercial for it? Closing the gap. Get your new closing the gap. That's where it is, right? If you ain't got that, then I don't know if you up on times right now. You're still stuck somewhere. Seriously. I mean, for real. And I thank for that brother Jabril, for even doing that. I mean, we're so foolish that we don't even know what questions to ask to get where we need to be. I get from this Farrakhan, I'm like, help me. What's your favorite channel on cable? What do you want? I don't know. See, that's why we got the wise to come and ask the questions and tune with us. That's what we got to be for the people. That's what the youth got to be for the people. Who do you think is their spokespeople? Who do you think speaks to them? We in tune with them. We can be the gap for them. Man, between them and Almighty God Allah. If we're going to change the heart of the children back to the Father, then who's going to be used to do it? If God works through man, that's what the scariest part is about this, man. Mr. Farrakhan he did a million man march where there's 2 million came. But do we even have 2 million registered? Because he does his part, but when they come here, what do we do? It's kind of like when you go to school and your teacher tells you in the beginning that everyone starts off with an A.
That's right.
Only thing you can do is mess it up from here.
Right.
That's what we do. Ms. Farrakhan bring it in with the A, now they acting. And we slowly bring them back down. Slowly bring them back down. We do children. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Wives do to husbands, husbands to wives. I mean, seriously, man. And I'm not trying to get at nobody because I realize, man, doing the ministry thing, the only way you really talk to people is when you talk to yourself. And I call myself sitting at home trying to think of some stuff. Okay, I'm a brother of this, and I'm like, man. Then I get into them little situations, you get a little depressed, you start talking to yourself like, wow, you know what? And before you know it, as you talk to yourself, you teaching. You're like, man, is everyone going through this? Because, I mean, that's all I got to bring in. By the grace of Allah. Because we all going through the same thing right now. I mean, talk to me. I mean, people really don't believe that the black man deserves special attention. It's crazy to me. Seriously, man. We need special attention. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Seriously. If that's your problem with the minister, is the fact that you feel like all people are the same and all that and that. That's cool. I'm not saying no one's better than the other. I'm not saying that. But if you don't think that we deserve special attention, man, something's wrong with you. I'll bring you to a hospital. I'll sit you down with a person with AIDS, a headache, and a person who has a cold. And then you get the doctor who walks in and give them all a Tylenol. So the person with the headache's gonna be like, whoo, I feel better. The person with a cold might be like, you know, this is working a little bit. The person with AIDS gonna look at you like, fool, is you crazy? I got AIDS. I don't got a headache. I'm dying right now. I need to put me in the room with the patients with AIDS. I need this right now. I'm not there. Matter of fact, the more I sit here with this dude with a cold, the more he's killing me. He's breaking down my immune system. Put me with them. I need special attention. You don't think you need that? You don't think you deserve that? That God came in person to us? I mean, we believe in the Bible, right? Ephesians, that's how you pronounce it, right? What's this story here? Ephesians, that's how you pronounce it, right? Okay. I bring you to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. Matter of fact, I only bring you to that. I'll bring you to Acts chapter 6, verse 6 through 7. And it says, and God spoke on this wise, that his seed shall sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil for 400 years. Wait a minute. 400 years? Now, I mean, God could have said, treat them evil and bring them into bondage for a long time. He could have said for hundreds of years. But he made note of 400 years. I mean, is it a coincidence? That, I mean, honestly, one thing about some black people is we don't really like to read, some of us. So if it don't make sense with what's going on today, then I don't want to read it. Some of us get the Bible and people like to leave us in the past with about what happened then. Not understanding that that's what to show you what's to come. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't want to read just about something that just happened. This is what we are living in. 400 years. He said it. Read it. Acts. Brother. Then it says, and the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. Man, that's cool. In this place. Isn't that great? I mean, some of us, we got this thing where we feel like, you know, brother Africa, you know, Pan-African type brother. We take it to Africa, brother. We gonna be in Africa. We leaving this place. It's like, yeah, brother, I agree with that too. But, you know, shoot. Man, I see a few houses out here I want. I see a few little places I need, you know, something to do. I mean, seriously, if we've been taught that good can come out of evil, then you don't think it was necessary for us to go through 400 years? I mean, this is one of the greatest nations we live in. And we couldn't have built this great nation without the black black man. So it took an evil process to bring us out here to do that. I'm not saying that was right, but for what came out of it was greatness. And it's ours. God said that he will rise us up right here. Take what's yours, brother. Come on, man. Seriously. We always want to relate it back to some other people. It's never us. That's what kills me about us. We always got to relate ours to someone else. You see, people, ministers. You see, what happened to the black and the Jews, the black and the Jews, the black. And it's like, yeah, what happened to Jews is wrong. Yeah, it is. But I mean, can we get a little time for us? It got to always be in a pair? I mean, we got to put it together every time? Innocent people should never die. That's true. I'm not disputing that. But come on now. What, 6 million dead in the Jewish Holocaust? And it was 9 million in all? But we lost over 100 million in the Middle Passage alone? I mean, the Atlantic Ocean is 41,321,000 square miles, and you can still find our bones at the bottom of it? Here's what I'm telling you, man. You deserve this attention that God's given to us, man. Don't let nobody take that from you. You know we have lived it. Man, we are still living in it right now. Emancipation. Come on, look. Lincoln emancipated us. See, people like Lincoln, I call that the Clinton fact. You know, Clinton, the one president who fools us, who always gets through and makes us feel like he's the one, does something stupid, and then we say, ooh, he's like black people. He does dumb things, we do dumb things, we're together. That's what we think of ourselves. That reminds me of the young girl who's was going to get a doll. And she picks up the white doll, and the mother says, why not the black doll? Right. And so then, you know, she says, because this one looks better. Then the mother asks her, well, which one do you look more like? That's right. And the daughter's kind of quiet, because indirectly she just called herself ugly in a way. She don't even get it. She don't even know what she just did. You get what I'm saying? That's what we're living in today right now, man, with us. That's what we do. We bring ourselves down and we have no clue that we doing that, man. That's crazy, man. That's self-hatred. After 400 years, understand the depths of slavery before you just put out that number 400. You gotta understand that we always think about those who was freed with Harriet Tubman, those who was free here and this and that. There were people, I mean millions, who lived life, slaves, beginning to end. At a certain point, man, it wasn't slavery. It was natural. It was life. It's who we are. It's who we became. I give you a dog who was trained to be a killer. To anything you see wearing blue, I train this dog to kill it. And then I release it and free it one day. You're free. When the dog goes out, what's it going to do? Kill anything wearing blue. Okay, it's the dog's fault in a way, yeah, but I mean, indirect, isn't it the master's fault who taught him that? If you don't give him the proper education, the proper teaching on what you taught him was wrong, he's going to go out and do what you taught him. So when you see the gangbangers today who are banging out the streets, they're doing what has been taught to us. That's what they're portraying today. Understand that. And that's why when we come to them, that's what the love means. We have to understand what they're going through because we know how they came to where they are at. Bring us back, the children of the hearts, back to the Father. Man, how did we leave? And what does it take for us to come back? What do we need? You get what I'm saying? It's a lot more than just drilling. We do need that love, man. I'm serious. One thing I love about this brotherhood that I run with today with these young brothers is that we got an unlimited supply of love for each other, man. I'm serious, man. I'm telling you. And that's why we decided, we can build this structure here. We wanted to build this structure based off of love first. When we decided to get these lieutenants together and to call the brothers out, we said, brothers, we're not going to call the brothers first orders and all that. We need to do this many papers. First thing, get a relationship with him. Call the brother and learn something about him. How's he been? You should know what school he's going to. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to feel good until each squad is at the movie showing alone and nobody else knows that. They're just kicking it like that. That's just, we still like movies sometimes. We do that. You know? You know, for real. But I mean together. If we ain't together, who are we with? Who are we with? Seriously. And that's what it's about, love. You ain't got love for a brother. Sometimes it's hard, man. Seriously.
Wake them up.
Go ahead.
Praise be to Allah. Let me have such a round of applause. So that's why we got to get this connection with us out here. When we go to Savior's Day, by the grace of Allah, our mindset should be pretty much on love, man. There's a lot of Willie Lynch happening within the race. Seriously, man. And Christianity and all of us, dude. Every place you go, man, there's a lot of diversity just happening that's trying to break us up. You got to think about these youth here. Think about the way the devil is attacking. The enemy is attacking the youth of our day today. Now you got to think about this. If they're going to attack them, don't you think they had something special for Elijah's babies? You don't think your babies was going go through trials? You thought it was gonna just all regular? I'm not saying that we not supposed to. What I'm saying is that, yeah, trials will be thrown on us. And the problem with us today is we always think everything, we like to relate it back to the book in our own way. Oh, we going through this and we going through that, but struggle is ordained. But see, the problem with us is that yes, struggle is ordained, but we put burden struggle. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we're living right now. Some things that's happened to us today, it doesn't make sense. And that's what your babies are starting to see. I mean, if Islam is mathematics, you must ask yourself, if you get the supreme wisdom, you get the Quran, and you get these teachings and add them all up, shouldn't it equal out to success? Yeah, sure. But then that's when you say, well, struggle is ordained. But you get to add the part that you put in disobedience. You know what I'm saying? You get to add in that you put in envious, jealous, Muslims who have jealousy for each other and their hearts for each other. You have to add that in there. And that equals out to what we're going through today. It's a burden that we're living in today, man. This ain't right. Seriously, struggle is ordained, but you don't put the burden on your struggle. See, you go through struggle when you're trying to grow. That transition of growth. When you lift weights, that's like a struggle. You're trying to build your muscle. You know what I'm saying? But a burden is when you just like to sit with the way you are and don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That's a burden. I give you a person who sees a mountain and just stares at it. When you start to climb it, yeah, that's the struggle. Climbing the mountain. It's a whole struggle the whole way. And the person at the bottom may be looking at you like, I don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But after that struggle, think about the ease you get when you make it to the top. While the other one is still at the bottom, think about the burden that he has done to himself by not moving out with you, brother. That's the gap that we have formed today with all of the Minister Louis Farrakhan. Right. Let me explain to you why some of this gap is happening to us. Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us that if the enemy wouldn't treat us right, or anyone wouldn't treat you right, they definitely wouldn't teach you right. You got to think about that 400 years of slavery. How long was the Bible in their hands before we got a chance to even get it? And when we got it, we didn't know how to read. So when we got it, who taught us how to read? Them. When we got it, who taught us how to interpret it? Them. You get what I'm saying? So the way we think about it is based off of the they've given to us. That's why you look at Jesus today, you look at Christ, and you say, Christ was black by the description that was given, right? But they make him white. And it's just like, man. I mean, and then you look at me and say, it doesn't matter what color Christ was or is. And guess what? It doesn't. But to someone it did. I mean, brother, seriously. I'm wearing this color suit. It's dark blue, even if you're mistaken for black. I can respect that. It don't matter what color it is, but once you say Marquis had a white suit on, it's like, brother, you know, I can see you can make mistakes, but what's that about? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, so why'd you change it? That's the question I ask you. Come on now. I mean, the way that they have set up Jesus, man, is they put him somewhere that is unreachable for us. And they say he's an example for us.
The teacher.
You know what I'm saying? They say that he's an example for us. You know what I'm saying? So then I leave you with this in my closing. I say this to you that with Jesus, the way that Jesus is, we got to really get a thorough understanding of knowledge who Jesus is. Yes, when you see him, you do see the Father. That's real. But there's an understanding that you got to get of what that means. Seriously. That's what we got to get the understanding of. That's what we're lacking. Because what we've been taught is this whole immaculate conception and all that. I mean, it's cute and it sounds nice. But then I say to you, this man is a follower of God. He's one of the greatest God's followers. And you can be like him. But his father was God. Okay, well, my father was a crackhead. Or my father is a pimp. Or my father hates me. You get what I'm saying? In my heart, from what I think. That's how some of us are living today. So you tell me that he's an example for me? You get what I'm saying? It's not that Jesus is an example for you. It's that what they're trying to do is they're trying to set him up so far from who you are so that you can't see yourself in him to where you can ever be who he is. You know what I'm telling you, brothers and sisters? Come on now. It's like, it's like me giving you a baby with 300 pounds of muscle. You know what I'm saying? A baby born with 300 pounds of muscle. So then when the baby hits 15, the baby starts lifting 2,000 pounds. So then you come to me and say, brother, you can lift that. I'm like, I probably could, but not because he can. He was born with 300 pounds of muscle. I mean, that's not the example for me. Immaculate conception, what does that mean? You see, we got a problem with how we understand the Bible, or how we understand the Quran. When God says be and it is, what does that mean? What does it mean when he says be and it is? You see, God is a mathematician, right? Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam, right? So if I ask God for a new car and he says be and it is, it doesn't mean that the car disappear. It means that God will set up an equation that will equal out to the circumstance from which I get that car. You know what I'm talking about? Praise be to Allah. So that's why you got to understand when God said be and it is, yes, he meant that. But had the equation that was going to equal to where Joseph would meet up with Mary to make this great baby. You know what I'm saying? And I can identify with that. I can identify with Elijah. Junk that was cleaned up from the junk pile that shine and shows who we could be. That's what we gotta be. We all came from junk in a way, is that right? We all came from this nation our hearts have been turned from Almighty God, is that right? So in this, when Elijah Muhammad was the junk, we see what we could become. I remember he was right here, and now he's there. Man, what steps did he take? What path did he move to? Now, the messenger has did it. The Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan has done it. What are we going to do about it? What clean glass are we going to present? We've been cleaned up, man, but we got to show them we're cleaning up. But in us cleaning up, we got to be an example and show them in the streets what we can be. So that's why this is on to the youth. There shouldn't be a day where a brother or sister should be at the school and have to denounce who they really are without us being there to support them and back them up. Man, we got to form an alliance, fight against the wickedness of this world. It is on us to do that as the youth. There should be no sister attacking the school, but we ain't there for them. When the guidance minister told him, hear what I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, youth, it is our job to get these out here, man. We know what they're going through. We understand what you were going through, because we still live through it and we're still going through it today. But brother, there's a way to do it. There's a way we can do this together, man. It makes it that much better. So you gotta ask yourself, man, when you gonna stand up and get with this? It's not even like you gotta start it off. I don't print out a paper every week. I don't print out the final call. I just get it. Someone else gonna get all the information for me. I read it, love it, admire it, and go and put it out there to the world. You ain't gotta start nothing. Some people believe, how do I start? Where do I go? And I don't just know where to start. I got a good heart. Where do I start from? It's beginning. It started. Just come fall in and run with the marathon that's rolling. I greet you on the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, brothers and sisters. To the mosque today, man. I hope that I've been blessed in a way to just put out this youthful spirit, just to give y'all what we've got from you. Honestly, at this point, to everyone, all the brothers and sisters who may think you have failed and where you've been or what you have done in your life, man, we're here to show you, man, that this is what's been created based off of your hard work, based off of your sacrifices, man. I give you my man, Brother Rodriguez, who I see in the back right now, man. That's my brother right there. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, man. Thank Allah for that brother being back to me. He needed healing, and in his falling, look what happened, man. How Allah blessed for one to go down for a second to raise up the rest of his. It's not a blessing that we got Marquis, Khan, and Sharif here. Praise is due to Allah, man. This is real we living in. It's our duty to do that. But that means that when our brothers are caught up in the system and they got to go to court, who should be there? We should be there. You hear what I'm saying? That's our job. So at this point, I just want to ask all the brothers and sisters, who is here for their first time? Please raise your hand. Thank you, brothers. Let's give our first time guests a round of applause. Now to everybody, if you believe that what you heard today is good for us as a people, man, and that can really help our spirits, man, to really work hard for Almighty God, no matter what name you call him, man, just to do it for that which has created us, please raise your hand, man. Praise be to Allah. Give someone a round of applause. So I asked our first time guests, for your first time, if you just want to learn more, to just teach yourself and just get into the understanding of what this is about and what we are doing for our community. and you just really want to just come into it and just find out what we're about. Not necessarily just joining because you're already a part of us, man. You're a Muslim by nature. In case you never learned anything, what a Muslim means, besides everything else you think it means, it only means one who submits his will to do the will of Almighty God Allah. So, in this time right now with the Christendom, this beef is foolish. Because I'm a Christian too, honestly. Because when you get to the understanding of the meaning of what a Christian is, you'll find out they're two and two. If a Christian means one who's crystallized in the likeness of Christ or a follower of Jesus, then indirectly, when you hear someone say, I'm a Christian, a Muslim, it means the same thing, right? Because if you're a follower of Christ, and Christ is one who has submitted his will to do the will of Almighty God, then indirectly you are one who's just following Christ all the way through being a Muslim to submit your will to be Almighty God. So I ask, if you really want to stand up on that truth, on that feeling that you felt, please raise your hand if you feel like you want to stand up on that, brothers and sisters. All praise be to Allah. Stand up, brothers. I want to stand up. Stand up for us, brothers and sisters. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Now, bring the sister down here for you, baby. Bring the brother down. Praise be to Allah. Sister Reef here? Praise be to Allah. Let's give our first time guest another round of applause, brothers and sisters.
This is Sister Bridget, Sister Sadia, Sister Amira, Yasmin. Praise be to Allah.
Y'all give this sister a round of applause. All right, I got a question to all the brothers. One back up here. Sister, what is your name, sister? Say it again, sister. Sister Arlise. Let's give Sister Arlise some rest. Sister, a round of applause. I got a question for the brothers out here and the sisters. Will you fight for these sisters? Yes. Will you do your best to teach them and guide them through these we're in right now? Yes, sir. Our brothers, will you fight for our sisters? Yes, sir. Will you kill for our sisters? Yes, sir. Will you die for these sisters? Yes, sir. You promise? Yes, sir. We'll see. All right, then. So we bring these sisters off with Sister Starlet. Give these sisters off, Sister Starlet. Give them a round of applause as they leave off today. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. That's right. All praise be to Allah. And right here, we're going to turn over to the big brother right here. How you doing, big brother? What's your name, brother? Brother Glenn. We got Brother Glenn right here. What's your name, brother? Brother James. Brother James? Brother Johnson. We good with you, big brother. That's my brother right there. That's a soldier right there. What's your name, brother? Big Brandon, man. How y'all doing today, big brothers? One more. Where's the big brother at? Man, he already looked like he was ready already. He said this is the second time he didn't make it to the full meeting last time, so that's why he's standing up. He came in here with his heart already in here. Give me brothers a round of applause. You know accept our brothers? When you do everything you know to teach and guide these brothers. If you had a bowl of bean soup and your brother was hungry, how much would you give to him? Yes, sir. Hold these brothers to that and go get your bean soup. All right, big brothers? Let's give our brothers a guest. Another round of applause and send them off to Brother Hassan. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Man, I love to see the fists go up when we do that. When the fist goes up, that shows you we care about this, man. There's not one time you should be yelling that out with your fist ain't in the air. That's what we about. It's for our people right now, man. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Man, that means God is the greatest. So you gotta do that, man. Prove that. And you gotta show that God in you is the greatest. At this time right now, I want to bring up our brother Jami, Brother Lieutenant Jami, who's going to take us on through the announcements and probably do the sherry, all right? Thank you, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.
It's about that time. We already feel the spirit of the meeting, and that's wonderful. We got the youthful spirit. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something new. You see what I'm saying? It's the same charity, but if you want, in the name of God, you never said the most. My mom, she said, "Seek refuge in Allah." I said, "Yes, ma'am." basically first of all, I want to make announcements. Please pick up the latest lecture and books, Fall of America, Torchlight of America, Our Savior Has Arrived, and the Message to the Black Man from the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You can still for all those. And also what we're going to do is we're going to collect charity right now, you see what I'm saying? We already have claimed it, raised our hands and said that we support what's going on here and we love what's going on here. We feel like this is good for the advancement of black people in America. So basically what we got to do is we got to put something behind that, you know what I'm saying? So basically I want to ask, the question now is, who has the first $500 donation? Let's knock the doors. Let's stop, brother. Let's knock the doors. Thank you, sir. Nah, but really, I was reading something. Actually, we're looking at Minister Farrakhan. He is the perfect example of sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to charity, that's really what it is. It's a sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? And you really just got to think and seek refuge in Allah when you're making that sacrifice to give whatever contribution you want to give. If you can't necessarily be the top bidder or the top giver. To give what you can. This is a marathon, not a race. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Who would be the first to lead the pack and set the tone for this charity session with the first $100 donation? Come on. That's right. That's wonderful right there. Anybody else with a $100 donation? Anybody else? You see what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Don't think it. Go ahead. Crazy people online. Oh, yes, sir. See what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. I don't really want you to dig into your pocket right now. I really want you to dig into your heart. Give whatever God has given you. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, if it wasn't for Allah, you want things. I don't think everybody want to get up and walk out. Where you going? Make yourself at home. Stay a while. Get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Brothers going to walk out the door and hold post on nothing. Hold post on the brothers, hold a post. No, sir, brother. Check this out. Was there anybody else who wanted to do $100 donation? Come on, yo. Where the FOI collection at? Come on now, where the MTV collection at? See what I'm saying? Let's get it poppin'. Brother, take it here. Yeah, excuse my vernacular. That's, anybody else want a $100 donation? Well, here's the next announcement. Raw milk is available and ready for pickup at Salon West Restaurant. We got our restaurant. Please see Brother Denard for pickup and further details. Milk costs $10 for 1 gallon and $6 for half a gallon. That milk is bomb. You know what I'm saying? It really is, for real. I bear witness. And also we have a special guest today. It's Sister Rosie Milligan. She's a publisher, an author, and the owner of Milligan Books. She wanted to come here and check out our youth day because she deals a lot with the youth. And she's the owner of Milligan Books and the founder of Black Writers on Tour. That's wonderful, sister. Anybody else have a $100 donation? Don't be shy. Speak up. If you want to make it anonymous, don't trip. I won't tell. Okay, we also, just a reminder, please pre-register for the disaster preparedness training workshops scheduled for the second weekend in March 2007. Registration forms are on the secretary's table. See Sister Ernest for details. Okay, and also for the soldiers, mandatory call out for all FOI in Long Beach. They're replaying the speech from the Supreme Mustafa.
Yes, sir.
And for the youth, all the young brothers that came out today, and y'all really want to see what the youth is about, this brother came out. He's a real soldier. We're having our meeting here, and we're having our meeting in Compton, 6 o'clock on Monday, tomorrow night. That's right. Well, did anybody want to get the next $100 donation? Yeah. Yes, sir. Brother Marlon gave $100 donation. Well, now, can you talk to me? Brother Marlon gives $100. Praise be to God. Brother Carl, yes, sir. Brother Carl, what? Praise be to God. you say, Brother Tony? Oh, I thought you had something to say, brother. You look like you want to give, brother. I don't know. So, I was talking about. The youth sisters have prepared delicious. The youth sisters, the other half. The nation can rise no higher than this woman. Is that right? Yes, sir. Okay. Well, the sisters have prepared delicious veggie and turkey pasta dinners served with salad and rolls. Oh my God! Are y'all serious? Is that what y'all serving? Wait. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all go ahead and run this thing.
Everybody's going to Savior's Day, right? Yeah. So I praise be to Allah. Okay, make sure all hotel reservations, plane tickets, Savior's Day is a token carry. We are 2 weeks away. If you would like to purchase tickets Savior's Day, be there. $15 tickets. See your sister or brother for $30, $50, or $100 tickets. See the secretary. Should I read that again? Or did y'all get that? Praise be to Allah. To register to Savior's Day, you can go to sd2007.com. And also, Sister Nicole Muhammad is visiting from Stockton Study Group. Sister Nicole, are you here?
Stop right here, brother.
Stand up for us. That's our family right there. As Mr. Tony said, when you come to LA, there's only one rule. You can't go back home. Definitely gonna be there. But yes, it's always good to have family. Well, who'll get a first? Oh, I'll get the first $50 donation to my mother. Sister Dayana, yes ma'am.
Brother Ronnie Muhammad gets $500.
Brother Ronnie Muhammad gets $500. One more time?
Dr. Rosie Milligan gives $100.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, the office is $100. Sister Rita Renee, $100. She gave $100. Don't be mad. Smile. So y'all look bad. Smile. Oh, I love looking at the sister side because you, nation can rise no higher than this woman. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Wonderful. Who wants to get, well, Brother Moshe, who wants to get the next $50 donation? Anybody? Going once, going twice? Nah, we're not gonna stop. Don't trip. And also, I wanted to talk about how what type of work that we're doing inside of the youth of Los Angeles are doing. A lot of different cities say, okay, we got next, but really, we have now as well as with the believers, because we are all one family. See what I'm saying? Constantly, we are being taught and trained with the older brothers as well as the sisters are being trained with the older sisters. See what I'm saying? I noticed that a nation can rise no higher than this woman. And I noticed how clean and cold and cracked the sisters are. And that's because they're being trained by the top soldiers, our mothers. You see what I'm saying? Did you have some sisters today? Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Sister Holly gives $500 in her husband's name.
Sister Holly gets $500. Crazy. Yes, ma'am.
Sister Janeva Muhammad gives $50.
What was that, Sister Dayana, one more time?
Sister Janeva Muhammad gives $50.
Sister Janeva Muhammad, $50. Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. I've just been instructed for everybody who is giving something, giving what Allah blessed them with, specify what it is exactly for. It could be for number 2 corps, it could be for Savior's Day gift, it could be for national defense. Whatever it's for, we told me to specify that on the receipt. How's everybody doing on the Savior's Day gift?
Say that again.
The secretary told me for everybody to specify who is giving something to specify where it's coming, where it's going, basically. It's like it either can be Savings Day gift, number 2 pour for the local charity. Just to specify, if you want to put something on your Savings Day gift, let us know it's for Savings Day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Brother Akeem, talk to me.
Brother Rodriguez gets $50.
Brother Rodriguez gets $50. Yes, sir. Brother Rodriguez, that's a perfect example of a fighter. Because when he was down at his lowest point, the doctor said, well, you're never going to walk again. And then Brother Rodriguez looked at him like, your reality is not my reality. That's what he said. Praises be to Allah for that. And he's here with us today. Very good. $50 donations. That's where we at right now. Very good. Help support. If you want to, you can click on any person beside you. 25-25. We did 5 10s, 2 20s and a 10, whatever you want to go. You can write a check. If you need to ride somewhere, we definitely got cars. Take it to the ATM, come back. Nah, but seriously. Anybody else want to give a $50 donation? Whatever you can spare? You know what I'm saying? Charity is very necessary. You know what I'm saying? We've already expressed to us that you support what we're doing here. And all this stuff that you see here has to be paid for. You see what I'm saying? Minister Farrakhan doesn't even really use the money that he uses it, but he doesn't use it. He uses it for us, really. You see what I'm saying? He gives it back to us in the forms of farms, schools. You see what I'm saying? This is what we're building out here. You understand?
Yes, sir. Brother Khalid Muhammad gets $500.
Brother Khalid Muhammad gets $500. Go ahead. Praise be to Allah. Well, you know. Any more $50 donations? Anybody? Sister Sheena, what did you say? I'm staff. Well, how about $20 donations? $20? That's nothing to you. Really? So I'm saying, all the brothers back here that be pushing and stuff like that, I'm seeing you out the field. You got 20. Brother Musa, talk to me.
$25 for the youth, brother.
$25 for the youth. But I'm saying all the brothers that are pushing out there, getting them $20 donations, that's all they ask for now, you see what I'm saying? Brothers sell the paper for $20. Go ahead, Minister Tony.
Brother Jameen.
Yes, sir.
I would like to put $500 on my wife's Savings Day gift.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
I'd like to also give another 1,000 on mine. Give for local 2,500 for
That's the love right there. That is definitely the love. Brother Akeem, talk to me. Praise is due to Allah. Go ahead, Brother King.
Brother Eric Muhammad gets $100 on the Savings Day gift card.
Brother Eric Muhammad, $100 on the Savings Day gift. Definitely got to get that Savings Day gift taken care of. Because the minister, as you all know, he just did get out of surgery. And that surgery definitely was not cheap, you see what I'm saying? Because the minister must have the best. Not because he's the minister, but because he has one of the most rare procedures done. Only 5 people in the world have it done, if I'm not mistaken. It was radiation seat therapy. Sister Deanna, talk to me.
Sister Nicole Muhammad gets $40 for a Savings Day gift.
Sister Nicole Muhammad, $40. One. And with the radiation seat therapy, only 5 people have had it done. And Minister Farr, they kind of really experimented on the minister with it. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, Allah blessed him to come through it. You see what I'm saying? So that shows the type of man that we have in our presence, and we really must respect that. Oh, man, is this what this is?
Man.
Who is it? Check this out. Hold on.
Oh, man. Yes, sir.
Y'all know it's cold in Detroit, right? That's it. We need to get an MGT one too, but this one is active. Look at that. Freedom, justice, and equality. All right there on the back. Islam. Star and crescent.
That's what we belong to.
See what I'm saying? Brother Vincent 3X is actually the one who's distributing these. And he used his creative genius to come with that beautiful layout that he has. You see what I'm saying? He's letting us go for it. $100, that's nothing. You see what I'm saying? Brother, let's give Brother Vincent a round of applause. Go ahead, Brother Marquis.
Donate $20 on behalf of the youth.
$20 from Mr. Charles on behalf of the youth. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Sister Shima gives $10 in my name, Brother Jamil. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's wonderful. Who could be our first $10 donation? Who wants to set the tone on that one? You know what I'm saying? Drop a dime on it. That's nothing. Who wants to help support?
Brother Mark gives $10.
Brother Moore, $10. Wonderful. Junior, Brother Moore. Brother Marquis. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Kyler gives $20. Brother Phillips X gives $25.
Praise be to Allah.
Sister Phillips X gives $25.
Sister Phyllis X, the photographer. Yes, ma'am.
Marianne gives $20.
Yes, ma'am. Sister
Sister
Mary.
Malaysia gives
Sister
$20.
Marianne, praise be to Allah.
Charlene gives $50.
Sister Charlene. Is that fine? Yes. Praise be to Allah.
Jackie gives $25.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Maureen gives $50.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sister gives $15.
Queen of Media? Hold on, we're talking about Queen of Media? Oh, okay. Next time.
Sister Sarah Star.
Oh, yes, well. Praise be to Allah. We love that sister too. Praise be to Allah. For everybody that helps support things, right now we're going to pass the executives and whatever Allah puts in your heart to give, go ahead and give. Don't be scared. Don't hesitate. But thank you. I'd like to bring up one more. Yes, ma'am. I think they're mine. Praise! Yes, ma'am.
Sister Valerie gives $10 in her son, Brother Marquis today.
Praise is due to Allah. Sister Valerie, $10. And that concludes our charity session. I definitely thank everybody who helped support. I want to thank all the youth brothers that came through. And I also want to thank Minister Tony for giving us an opportunity to do this. And also the youth sisters, can't forget about that. But most definitely, I'm going to bring up a hard driving soldier right now, Brother Minister Tony Muhammad.
Come on now, y'all can do better than that. Come on now, come on. This is our youth. All praises be to Allah. Y'all should be up out of your seat, showing the love by youth, because our nation is in good hands because of you. It's their nation. All praises be to Allah. Then very quickly, look at these youth, man. After 3 to 4 weeks, I want these little babies, y'all come forward. They're going to be running the mosque next time. This group. Come up front. This is the minister right here. The captain right here. Y'all come on front. I want them to see, because the juniors you saw today is responsible for this group. Come on, I want the little sisters, come on up, all the little sisters from the MUI. I want y'all to see. Now they're going to run the next mosque meeting. Come on, y'all, show your love for the babies, man. You can see generation after generation got to learn how to run an organization, a nation. Come on, y'all, show your love. Look at these babies. They'll turn next. They're gonna stand up on a chair and teach us. So the older ones are responsible for this group. And then this group is going to teach kids that still got on diapers. All right? Thank you, brothers and sisters. Y'all can have a seat. Come on.
Ready in front. About. Fight.
Well, go ahead. Thank you, junior sisters. Y'all may have a seat. Man. See, you can't get this in the LA Unified School District. You can't get this kind of difference. Children will be running everywhere. We're going to march them through Crenshaw. We're going to take them to the various elementary schools and show them what discipline look like. We will compete in mathematics, in science, in astrology. Our children will compete with any children no matter where you find them. And if they have to fight, they'll show you they can fight too. Huh? What a wonderful job. And I think at the end of our programs, our sisters are going to drill. The junior sisters, y'all want to drill? Y'all want to drill? Is it enough room on the stage? Okay, well, brothers, let's move this out the way. Let's get those chairs off the stage, brothers. Come on, juniors, y'all help me get these chairs off the stage. Our junior sisters gonna show you what military discipline look like. Don't let these sisters fool you, they'll fight too. Move that mat right there. It's all yours, and then we'll close out in prayer. Who's gonna close out in prayer, brother Captain?
Marquis, sir.
Okay. All right. I thought you're a junior? But she is one of our youth. You wouldn't know. She loved hanging with our junior sisters, but Sister Valerie is going to explain what's about to go down.
Assalamu alaikum, family. All praise is due to Allah. How we feel? I need all the junior MGT to fall in the ranks right now, front and center, quickly. Come on, sisters. Keep moving and fast, thinking right down to the bottom time. Sister, right here. Very good. Right here, right here. On the line in the front. Shortest in the front. Stay up there, Sister Sharifa, can I get you up here? Sister Geneva, can I get you up front? Sister Harmony, can I get you up front? You know when attention is called, there is no moving. We are showing discipline and mind-body control, is that right? We are fighters on behalf of Almighty God Allah, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you know when attention is called, please slide down. Please slide down, cover down. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Sisters, attention, attention. Original salute. Ready, front, shoulder to shoulder. Attention, brigade salute. I didn't hear you, sisters. Ready, front, brigade salute. Ready, front. Let's try it again. Brigade salute. Thank you. Ready, front, forward, brigade salute. Ready, front. That's right. We need the little sisters from the back to move to the front quickly. The little sisters from the back, please step up here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let the little sisters shine in the front. Attention. Is that good, Sister Captain? Attention. Sister, I need you to be shoulder to shoulder with it. Thank you. Mark time. March. Hup, ho, pick 'em up, left, left. Hup, ho, pick 'em up, my left, right, left. Left flank, march. Left flank, march. Left flank, march. Left flank, march. Double left flank, march. Double left flank, march. Flank way to the rear, march your left flank, march. Flank way to the rear, march your left flank, march. Flank way to the rear, march your left flank, march. Flank way to the rear, march your left flank, march.
Man.
We don't smile in Muhammad's ranks, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Class out. My left step. Don't fall off the stage. Just do left step in place. March. Left step, 'em up, march, my left step, march. Right march, stepping like a soldier in the path of Allah, and the enemy's in the way, so it's time to slay. Left step, march, grip like a storm, get torn by the fire, don't mess with MGT, you touch the wrong wire. Right step, march, left step, march. Who soldiers are we? Muhammad. Who soldiers are we? Muhammad. Class halt, mark time, march. 4.5 step, march. We're the women who awake at dawn.
We're the women who awake at dawn.
For Allah, Elijah, and Farrakhan.
For Allah, Elijah, and Farrakhan.
Left flank march. Left flank march. Left flank march. Left flank march. Count your cadence, lay your cadence, count your cadence, column.
One.
Believe in one God and His exalted Christ.
Three.
Obey the apostle.
Four.
Bring life.
One.
God,
Two.
exalted
Three.
apostle,
Four.
fed to life.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Left flank march. Left flank march. To the rear. March. Crossroads to the rear march. Back step to the rear march. Double leg to the rear march. Crossroads to the rear march. Single leg to the rear march. To the rear. March. 4.5 step. March. Who soldiers are we?
Muhammad.
Who soldiers are we?
Farrakhan Muhammad.
Count your cadence column.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cadence column.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Delay cadence column. Delay cadence column.
1,
Your left leg march. To the rear march.
Three.
Your left leg march. Over left leg march.
One,
Hit it.
two,
Hit it.
three,
Hit it.
4.
Hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Who soldiers are we?
Muhammad.
Who soldiers are we?
Farrakhan Muhammad.
Up in the morning at 5 a.m.
Up in the morning at 5 a.m.
Allah is God, I pray to Him.
Allah is God, I pray to Him.
He came in the person of Master Farad.
He came in the person of Master Farad.
He is the true and living God.
He is the true and living God.
Class up, original salute, ready front. Brigade salute,
Allah.
ready front. Forward, brigade salute.
Allah. 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 Allah.
Ready front. Mark time, march. 4.5 step, march. Allah, Allahu Akbar.
Allah. Allahu Akbar.
Muhammad Rasulullah.
Muhammad Rasulullah.
Rahman Rahim.
Rahman Rahim.
Bismillah Rahman.
Bismillahirrahman.
Home run left, home run right. Triple by your left flank, by your right flank. Double by your left flank, by your right flank. Your left flank, your right flank. March! Bend your knees if you please. Move your body to and fro. Hold your head up, look alive. MDT, let's come alive. Am I right or wrong? Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Muhammad Rasulullah.
Muhammad Rasulullah.
Rahman Rahim.
Rahman Rahim.
Bismillah Rahman.
Rahman.
Bend your knees if you please. Move your body to and fro. Hold your head up, look alive. MTT, let's come alive. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Are we weak or strong?
We're strong.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Are we weak or strong?
We're strong.
Sound off.
Elijah.
Sound off.
Muhammad.
Break it on down.
Muhammad.
Class halt. Original salute. Ready front. Brigade salute.
Allah.
Ready front. Thank you. I thank Allah for allowing us to continue to move forward. Come up to your feet. The LCC and GCC Youth Day 2007. Listen, voila!
Oh, come on now, y'all do better than that. Takbir! Takbir! Go ahead, sisters. Go on. Now, Now, all the junior brothers, all on the stage. Come on, let's do this thing real quick. The babies, come on, I want the babies up there. I want the babies up front. I want the babies up front. Brother Patrick, come on. And you been drilling them? Who been drilling the juniors? Brother Ishmael, you been drilling? Come on, get this microphone. Somebody drill the juniors. Who drilled the juniors? Okay, I know they've been drilling and then come on, I want all them brothers with pretty bow ties. Come on up front. Get the babies up front. Who's gonna handle this? Brother Captain? Brother Captain? Brother First gonna do it? Brother First who? Brother First Officer of our juniors, Brother Jamal Muhammad. Bring him on with a round of applause.
You know how to drill? You can't drill, fall out. Moving to your right hand now.
Move over to the left just a little bit, brothers. Step down, step down.
There you go. There you go.
You're right. Fruit tin hut. Left, thanks. Left, thanks. Left, thanks. Left, thanks. Right, thanks. Right, thanks. Right, thanks. Right, thanks. Original salute. Raise front. Left, thanks. Fruit, when's your first in order?
Sir, my first in order is take charge of this post and all property of you, sir.
Take charge of this post and all property of you, sir. Fruit, when's your first in order?
Sir, my first in order is take charge of this post and all property of you, sir.
Right? Thanks. Fruit, when's your second in order?
Sir, my second in order is to walk my
mess up, you gotta come off, though.
Everybody's watching me, brothers.
That's right.
My left. Hey! Muhammad says left. Hey! Muhammad says right. Hey! Right? Good job.
Got something behind you. Got something behind you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Muhammad says left. Muhammad says right. Hey! Right? Cover down, so just cover down to the right.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mama says left. Right. Mama says as you were. Left. As you were. Mama says left, face, right, face, about. Mama says parade dress, fruit tin up. Good job, brother. Good job, brother. Mama says tie your shoes. Mama says. Brother Musa, Muhammad says tie your shoes, sir.
Go ahead.
Come here, brother. Right here.
Brother Donald, Muhammad says tie your shoes, sir. Muhammad says fruit tin, huh? Muhammad says mark time, march, count, cadence, count up. Muhammad says count, cadence, count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
To the rear. Muhammad says to the rear. March. Your left flank, march. Muhammad says your left flank, march. Muhammad says double to the rear by your left flank, march. Muhammad says home run left, home run right. March. All praise to Allah. Muhammad says home run left, home run right. Double left, double right. By your left flank, by your right flank, simulate. March! Mama said, scoot over, brother. Mama says, take one step back. Mama says, fruit tin, huh? Mama says, left, face. Mama says, right, face. Mama says, about, right, face.
Now, hold on.
Mama says, left, right. Mama says, left, face. Left. Mama says, original salute. Ready, front. Mama says, ready, front. Mama says, mark time. Pause. Mama says, home run left, double home run right. Home run left, home run right. Triple left, triple right. Double left, double right. By your left, right. By your right, right. Double stimulating to the red. Pause. Everybody wins by default. Well, everybody here won, so, you know, give them a round of applause.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. Show this to you. All praise due to Allah. Now, man, this boy right here, that's a bad soldier right here. Hey! Wonderful job. Now, to all of the junior laborers, those who served in any capacity of labor, we want to take a picture with you after the meeting so we can set the final call, okay? All of the juniors, then we want a picture of all of our youth who ran Muhammad's mosque today in the whole area. We want to show the nation, and we want to show the devil in this world. Our nation is in good hands. So at this time, to close us out in prayer, but immediately following prayer, all the juniors come to the front. To close us out in prayer, we're going to have a brother who's acting as the captain of our mosque today. He can't get enough, boy. We want to bring up Brother Michael Muhammad. Bring him up. He's Sister Gladys' son.
You have a good day today? You enjoy yourself? You gotta get a rematch in that Muhammad says next week. Alright, everybody please stand for prayer. Position of prayer.
Hold on. What's that sound coming from? I like a tape.
As you were.
Crazy. All right.
Position of prayer. And we pray. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful, master of this day of judgment, in which to thee alone do we serve, and to thee alone do we beseech for help. Guide us, thank you, on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not the path upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they've heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one. Allah is he whom upon nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He neither begets, nor is he begotten, and there is none like unto him. O Allah, we beseech your help and ask your mercy. For we believe in you and trust in you for all that we have. We are helpers in your cause with your apostle. Please grant to us success. Ameen.
Amen.
Thank you for that. Greet your brother with your sister and fall out. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.